All right, everybody, welcome back. My 36 people that are gonna watch this video, but yeah. Anyways, update to the shop. I have a new addition to the shop. It's a sandblaster, in case you don't know what this is. My project boat over there, or my buddy's project boat over there, kind of led me down this path. I used a little Harbor Freight handheld sandblaster from a neighbor. I borrowed it from a neighbor, and it just was not good. I tried using that on these parts here. It worked, but it took maybe 30-45 minutes to really get this part clean. And it was just a pain. It clogged up all the time, and I was using play sand, and it's not, not good to use, that whole thing. So I am going to, since I want to do powder coating, I'm going to just reblast this. So we'll take a look at what this looks like. Now I'll get just close-ups. I didn't make this, by the way, but this I believe is a starter bracket, and this is maybe an alternator. Either way, just regular Rust-Oleum paint. So yeah, I want to take this off. I don't have an oven yet, but I'm going to go ahead and just practice with the sandblaster. So I'll get this cleaned up. I'll put some sealant spray on it, or rust stop spray, because hopefully in maybe about a week or two I'll be sandblasting. So anyways, I'm not really going to show you the actual, there's tons of videos and stuff of me actually, or others blasting parts, so that's kind of boring, but I'll show you the end result here. So realizing that I had a lot more work to do on the airboat and some of the other stuff that I want to do, I wanted to pick up a sandblaster. Want, not need. But that led me down the road of 10,000 hours of YouTube videos and research, and everybody has, of course, the Harbor Freight ones. So those are great and all, but most of the videos you see is a secondary video of them upgrading that cabinet, whether it's the nozzle or the foot pedal, all that sort of stuff. A lot of people will take those up, they have leaks in them, they caulk the sides and all this kind of stuff. So I was headed down that direction, but then tried to find something that was maybe a little bit better. I've been successful in other areas doing that. Pay just maybe the same, a little bit more. Try to get something a little bit better. So the Harbor Freight ones, you could probably get them for about $100 used, all fully put together. Who cares if it looks good or not? You can work on that if you want to, if that's important to you. But then people spend about, I don't know, I think it's $200 to do all the upgrades on the gun and the foot pedal and the whole thing. So before you know it, you're into it about $300. You can watch those videos and double check me. But so I was able to find this one. He had it for $350. He was fairly firm on his price, but I did get it for $325. This is a much larger one. This is an Econoline. I think it's an RA-36-1 Super or something like that. I'll put it up on the screen. But yeah, so these are fully welded. So the cabinet is fully welded here along the sides of the feeder. It's fully welded. This is a larger cabinet, so obviously it gives you more functionality. You can put bigger parts in there. It's not in the best shape. You can see there's some surface rust. That's something that I can easily address. It has a side door. Got the light on already. And the cool part has a top door. So plenty of space in here. I'll try to put the measurements in there, but I believe this is going to be just a little bit larger than the Harbor Freight one. A little bit wider, a little bit deeper. Deeper this way. You can see the siphon tube goes down, where's my finger? Goes down this way and then back up there. So I believe it's a much longer siphon tube, and I think the holes are in the bottom. He did, I don't know if I already said in the video, but he did include some of this media here. I believe this is regular play sand. It's used, but definitely you really shouldn't use play sand. If you're not aware, there's silica in it. It's not good for your lungs. And even from what I understand, a lot of the respirators will not filter out the silica. So keep that in mind. This was interesting to learn, actually, because I raced motocross here in Florida for many, many years and probably have 6 pounds of sand dust in my lungs. But anyways, so yeah, so I'm just going to basically dispose of that. He gave it to me, but I guess you can throw it out in the yard or whatever. I did pick up some of this from, I believe it's Northern Tool. This was normally like 16 bucks. It was on sale for 12 or something like that. But if you look there, it says no crystalline silica. So that's important to look for. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. It's much larger than I'll probably ever use. But I'm also having thoughts or aspirations of maybe doing a little bit of sandblasting and powder coating on the side. See if I can make some money out of the shop. So that will be helpful in that vein, that realm. So it's foot controlled here. It's got, I think he said he put a new gun in there relatively recently. He's got, there's an air hook up here. This is all factory or stock or whatever. And there's a safety switch. So the safety switch does not work. I think it's $13. So I'll replace that. What that is it will shut off the air supply. Of course, if it's connected up here, which is not, it'll shut off the air supply when the door is open. That way, if you accidentally step on the pedal, you don't shoot yourself in the eye with sand. Very nice feature. There's a regulator down here. I don't believe that is working as well. So those are kind of some drawbacks to buying something used. But what I wanted it for was the cabinet, and it's working. I mean, we have it basically plugged in there. I have the regulator on my line out, so I can set it wherever I want there. But eventually I'll replace this. I will also run air over here on the side of the shop, which I don't currently have. You can see here is the outlet. This little gasket needs to be replaced. I think that was around 10 bucks as well. And so I'll put a new one of those. I may do kind of like a flange and a 90 out and connect up. Right now I've just got it kind of rigged to my shop vac that's kind of blowing out there just in case. But I do have a smaller shop vac that I'm going to tuck up underneath there, as well as I'll get one of those dust cyclone things or whatever that'll take the dust out. So those two will be upgraded soon, and then I can get rid of this contraption. All right, so here's the parts. Came out pretty good. There's a couple little areas where I need to go back over, like right there. You can see there's some paint still embedded in there. This one was definitely a lot harder. There's like little nooks and crannies you had to get into, like way down in that little crack right there. There's still some stuff I need to take off, but probably 10 minutes for that, maybe less, and probably it's been about 15 on that one. I'll put a little box in there too, just for kicks, and did that. So yeah, overall I'm very happy with it so far. I do need to get the dust deputy thing or whatever it is. You can tell maybe after about 10 minutes of blasting that the filter gets clogged up in that. So that's something I need to address fairly soon. And then I'll probably eventually get a new regulator and a new switch and hook that all up. But you know, definitely happy with it. It's made in the USA. It's an American company. I know I bought it used, but a little bit proud of that fact. I may eventually get a Harbor Freight one and try to turn it into a vapor blaster, that sort of thing. But for now, I started out with this. I actually commented, I don't know who it was, but I commented on somebody's video and said, hey, what would you recommend, dry first and then wet? Or so he recommended going with a dry blaster first and then doing vapor blasting next. So but yeah, that's it. I'll leave it here. Sorry for the long video, but I'll start to show maybe some progress as I upgrade this cabinet and go from there. Thanks for watching.